Okay, I'm back. I'm back, you all. I had to end that video because I can't really show the Hydra in the same video. I can't. So I've come back over to here. And Brooke, honey, I pushed the button on the last video because I can't put the Hydra in that last video with the jumping out of the clouds. So I pushed the button and I personally ended it myself. I did. I want you all to look at this. So this was when we documented this in Romania. We documented it on January the 21st of 2022, this year, the beginning of the year. We got to show the Hydra maybe 2 times. They took this particular webcam down. Down there below, what looks like a sprocket, it's actually an amusement park. It's an amusement park in there. Hello, you all. So we're going to look at this. Look at this. We're going to look at the Romanian salt line. Let's look at this. Romanian salt mine amusement park. First, we got to get a good idea of what this thing is, you all. We're going to do this. So what we're looking at, let's see if I can get this right here. This place that you see in blue, can you all hear me? Hello, Applebrook, honey. I wanted to go to the salt mine. Can you hear me? So this place in blue is a massive, it's a massive, massive salt mine. You can just, once you just take in, grasp the enormity of it. The enormity. Look how massive it is. We've got teeny tiny people down here. We got great big Ferris wheels, okay? This is what it looks like from above. It looks like this from above. And you would think, oh, well, that's teeny tiny. That's way down in there. Way down in the bottom is what this salt mine is. And there's people. It's like an amusement park, okay? It is an amusement park. But it's down here. It's a, look, the Romanian salt mine transformed into a spooky subterranean amusement park. They turned it into an amusement park way down below. Okay, that's what they've done. So they had these, the Salina Turda salt mine is what it was. And you know the Hydra creature, the being. Okay, look at it. This is massive. And way up here at the top, see the ledge? See this ledge right here? Way down below is massive. These boats are massive. There's people, they're tiny, but up here. And okay, up here, people can look around it and stuff like that, you all. They can do it. Okay, they got eating. They got it all going on. So, we're over here at the amusement park right here. Did I make this bigger? I didn't make it bigger. I made myself bigger. We're going to look at this Hydra. So this is the net. So nobody falls down in that way. It's hundreds and hundreds of feet below is what it is. So watch this. Okay, I'm going to show you where you're going to look at. What we're going to look at, I'm going to point to it right now. I'm over here getting myself excited on here. I got myself so excited. I did. It's right over here, right beneath me. Let's make it bigger. Let me pause it. I'm going to make it bigger. Is what I'm going to be. Oopsie, Gina, you better get your act together. You all, let me see if I can. I want to like put myself right here. Put the Gina right now, right here. I'm going to do a screenshot of myself. Can I do that? Just myself. Just give me one moment to do this. I want to do myself like this. In the corner, if I can. I don't want to mess up my screenshot, so I'm going to have to do it. Yeah, we're going to look at that Hydra because it literally was a Hydra. A Hydra that shows up. It's got great big massive tentacles and they're reaching way, way down. They're getting some kind of an energy or something is what they're getting from it. And I'm going to stick my permanent picture right here to cover my one face up because I was just making all kinds of faces in that. So I'm going to put this picture of me over it. So I don't really like looking at myself looking that wild. It might distract me now. It might. So I'm just going to stick me over it right here. There. I'm going to put myself right here. I'm going to match it. Okay, so just remember, that's Gina just sitting over here. Okay, I'm ready. I'm ready. I got it going on now. I got it going on. So I want to get this going. So we're zooming up. They're getting ready to zoom up. Right here beneath me. I'm going to make it big if I can. I'm going to make this massively big so you can see this Hydra tentacle coming out over this salt mine. Now, mind you, this salt mine is massive. It is massive. And before you say, oh, Gina, honey, that's a rope. No, this is not a rope underneath us. This is some type of a being way up here on a ledge. And this place is way down there. Can you see it? It's way down there. And another one is going to literally... another one is going to come out. They literally closed this salt mine camera down because of the documentation that came from it. That's what they did. You see now there's two of them. Look like there's two of them trying to come out. Or just, no, that's showing a double image of it. Right there. Okay, let's look at it. What it's trying to do is it's trying to reach its tentacle way over... It's trying to reach its tentacle way over to that area right there is what it's trying to do. Yeah. It's trying really, really hard to do that. And it's not a rope or anything. It's not. Yeah, this is a true story. It is. It's very true. This is a salt mine, and they turned it into an amusement park. Way, way below. And this thing right here is wiggling. It really is wiggling. Okay, now, okay, Gina, you better calm down. Okay, watch this. This other one is reaching its tentacle out. Can you see it? It's literally going like that. It's reaching its tentacle out. It's got a head at the top. It's got a head at the top. And it literally, now it's over here. See it? It's beneath me. It took its whole entire tentacle and it's attaching to something. I think it's reaching way, way down into the water. No, it couldn't be reaching down into water because it would get skinnier. It's reaching way across here. I don't know what it's grabbing onto, but this one literally came out. There's the Hydra in this salt mine in Romania. See, look at the one beneath me. It's wiggling like a snake. It too wants to go up there where the other one is at. It really does. And this is nighttime after everybody's went home. This Hydra comes out, you all. It really does. It comes completely out. And they try to intertwine like snakes. So could you imagine a Hydra being that long, one of its tentacles? Could you imagine that, you all? It is weird. It's so weird. Where are we at right here? Okay. I guess I had to talk. I was talking. That's why you see the video pausing. Okay, here it is. Okay, it's going back. I'm supposed to be going back. Okay, there. It's still going. How it reached out. And you know, it was a very big disappointment because when we wanted to come back here maybe a third time, no. They kept the camera on this like a net and they literally blurred it so bad we couldn't see nothing because of this. They didn't want nobody to know. They didn't, you all. Yeah. So I'm just moving this cursor down below. You can see it. It's these two right here. This was like a 50-minute long video on the live cam is what it was. 50-minute live stream. So no. See, now look below. Look below. This other one is making its way. Right here, this other one, you are going to get to see. There's going to be like a, well, I'm not going to say they're going to have a, I'm not going to say it, you all, but there's 3 of them that comes. This one down here at the bottom, right down here, it too wants to join that one up there. It really does. This is no joke. And it's not ropes or nothing. No, they literally, they are, it's a tentacle-like thing. It's one of the Hydra's tentacles is what it is. And it's really, really trying. I hate to think of what the body looks like, you all. Really, what on earth does the body of this Hydra look like? With tentacles, extenders, feelers that long. Could you imagine that? No, this is not. See, this is the thing. This cavern right here, there's no water at the top. This thing is literally, it's like it's reaching out over the ledge that's all around it. There's a ledge that's around it. Let me show you right here. This is the salt mine right here. You can see it. Here's a ledge that's all the way around it. That salt mine is way down there. The only water is down there at the bottom. This is you can see it is kind of creepy that they turned it into one, but they did. So this is what it is. So you can look at it, the Turda salt mine. Look how high up it is. It looks really pretty. So this is what it is right here. And no, there's no water. Because we wouldn't be able to have this amusement park right here. No water. And those walls, you can see how tall up those walls would be. Let me put this back to me. I paused it because I paused it. Okay. We want to get back to this one right here that was moving. So no, it's not in the water. It looks like it's coming off the ledge. And it's did you see it? Did you see it? It literally went like that, trying to connect to this other one. I want to make sure we get the bottom of it. And it's not a rope. It's not a rope because they clearly, it's some type of a creature, because they have a ultimate thing they want to do. They want to, I guess, tap into energy or something. I would hate to think that it was. Now this is kind of really scary. Those great big robotic things in the Alien movie. It's got a big robotic body, and it's got those great big metallic arms that like come out and gets the people and go like that. You know what I'm talking about? That monster, that machine monster. I hope it's not one of those hands, but this looks like a Hydra with its tentacles. Since it's a salt mine, I would think a machine, even in these conditions, because it's bound to be humid, I think a machine probably would rust if it was like that. Yeah, it kind of looks like it would be in water, but there's no water up here at the top. There's no water at all at the top, you all. There isn't. So look at it reaching out. So this other one has attached itself. The long one has now attached itself. We couldn't figure out if it was like drawing energy. Uh-oh, now it's decoupling. It looked like it's decoupling. Whatever it was trying to do, we were not given enough time to study it. because 3 videos is not enough. 3 videos is not enough time to study this Hydra, this creature-like thing. And here's, I can see it. I can see it over here beneath me. I can see movement on the other side of this ledge. On the ledge, I can see something moving coming from that area, going that way. I can see it down there. But it was just the wildest thing, you all. It's the wildest thing. Look to the left, yeah. So, and see, we can see there's nothing going on over here. I've got this zoomed up so you can see the area where all the action is at, and the action is like right here. There is electricity. We thinking, are they trying to harness electricity from the lights or something? It's, I don't know. Looks like it has a light tip at its end. A light tip at its end is what it looks like. But this thing right here, this thing is literally, let me tell you what this thing is doing. It's literally coming from way over here. Its body is coming from way over here on this side, this great big one. And it's literally extending out. It's wiggling like a snake. It is. And I don't know if it's got a body, a bigger body. And it's way below. You know, what if it is kind of right above that stuff? If there was people on there. See, nobody's there at nighttime, so this thing is very active since nobody is there at night. You're talking about over here, there's like, I don't know what this is. This area also, there's air. There is some air in this area, I guess, at the top for it to breathe. An airflow or something, you all. But these things right here, they're literally going like that, trying to touch and connect with something over there. Is what they're doing. There's like 2 of them. I wasn't going to get back on here when I was doing this video, but I couldn't help myself. Doing that. It just gets me how they can literally thrust all the way over and touch whatever it is they're going after. You wouldn't think they'd hide gigantic beings down in the salt mine, do you? Like a Hydra or something. Or like a, I don't know, like one of those alien things with the round bodies and the great big mechanical like arms that go out like that. Yeah. Hide them in the salt mines. See, there it is. It's wiggling. It's going to make its way. It wants to reach out and touch someone. It wants to reach out and touch something. See, the movement is like that of a snake, just like... You know, they could develop beings down there. And I think I keep rewinding it. You all, it is 11:20 at night. This is Thanksgiving night, and you're up here with the night before Thanksgiving, and you're all watching this video because I've got myself all wounded up. I really do. So, oh no, wait, pause. See them? Okay, look. See, they're coming out from down here. Can you see them starting off right beneath me? These two start off from over here way in the back. They're right here underneath me. And this one has already came from somewhere back here. You are. They're coming from somewhere behind the ledge. And they're literally extending themselves all the way out. If we only was given enough time to study it, we could have come up with some more information. There's 4 of them. There's 4 total now. 2 down here and 2 right here. So we got 4 tentacle-like beings moving their bodies around is what they got. What do they eat? Really, what would these things eat? Humans. Would they eat humans? John Black, you remember it? Yeah, it was one of the wildest things, and I really just wish they would have given us more time to study it. I've got this saved on one of my external hard drives. Look how it's just reaching out. There's some kind of intelligence there. There really is. Otherwise, you see, look at that. I'm trying to see. Well, the one thing I'm trying to see is, are these, now are these like, you know those like UFO-like things that, you know, they have the ability to, like the little round circles, line themselves up in a great big long line going all the way across the sun's surface. You know what I'm talking about? You see the great big old long UFO, string of UFOs. A part of me, when I look at this, I think, is that them also lined up all together? Because they could do that too. But what would they be doing in the salt mines? Really, what if it was them also? And they need the electricity because they're electrical like beings, electricity to recharge. And they're somehow stuck down here in this earth. Where do they go once they come out of the sun? If they can't go back up in the sun, what if it's like one of these things, literally? Now, this is a new theory. And because it kind of does look like them. Looks like I see individual breaks in them. They could be like in here too, so that's another plausible thing. But then how, if it was those, I guess, I don't know. Yeah, it is spazzing. Let me get myself out of the way. It is. I don't know where it came from. And what really is the one clincher is when they get themselves together and they just spiral like a snake. That's not nice of me, especially if yeah, they got the 2 down here still trying to get up there with that one, and this other one is already attached. You can see how straight the one down at the bottom is. It's literally already attached, feeding. It's feeding. It looked like it's feeding off of something, even though, you know, you might not see nothing, but obviously it's completely straight. So it's reached wherever it wanted to reach into, and the other ones wanted to do it. Yeah. This is some type of a life form, because it's obviously doing something. The ones at the bottom, they want to reach, they want to extend out, but I don't think they can. They must not have enough energy to do it. Isn't that weird? It doesn't have enough energy to extend out down at the very, very bottom, like the other ones. These one down here. Uh-oh, is it coming? Is this one up here becoming decoupled? Is it breaking free? Okay, just think of what about like on the sun? You know when the ships come like those big round things and they're tethered to the sun and they got this great big long filament coming out? Well, I don't think it's anything like that either. Yeah, good night. Good night, you all. Hydras will self replicate. Yeah. But I'm wondering what would be the reason why this one is like still just staying stuck right there. It's like it's just stuck there. What's it doing? What's it doing? Maybe they are younger on the bottom and they can't stretch. Joni, it could be. It could be. They want to try really hard. You can see them. They're trying to do it. They're trying to do it. What's happening is I was probably up there talking, and that's why you see it. Okay, okay, now they did. They made their way over to there, to where that one is, and they're going to wrap themselves around it. Is what they're going to do. Wrap themselves around it. You know what I think? This thing up here, this thing right up here, this thing right there, that keeps moving around. And I'm wondering if it's like some kind of a head of something just up there watching these to seeing what they're doing. Because that's kind of weird too. Now see over here, something else tried to pop out. This one's trying to wiggle up onto there also. Yeah. Yeah, it's trying to do it. But it can't. It's really wild when they decouple because they literally coil up and retract. This was the first part of the year in January 21st. They shut the camera down within 3 weeks or 2 weeks. After seeing this video, we did 2 videos. That's all we got was 2 videos. And they shut this camera completely down to where we could not do any more documentation. And it's not on there no more. They blurred it out first, and they wouldn't let us go back and rewind. That was the one thing they did to try to stop us. But then when we were able to go back, then they made it really blurred, and then they just took it completely down because too much information was coming out of this salt mine. There's something top secret going on here. There really is something that we're not supposed to know. Because really, just think about that. Why would you have a camera pointed on this thing and these right here are going on? Why would you have a camera, a webcam, pointed at this area? Would it be to observe these life forms that are in there? To see what they're doing? I think that would be a very good use. Just observe them. No, it's not a tether. If you're just coming in, it's not a tether. This is some type of a being that literally has to wiggle its way to this amusement park, whatever's down there, whatever it's attaching to, and they move like a snake in water or a snake on the ground is what they do. Yeah. Well, yeah, they could. They're tethering in a way, because obviously there's a reason they're extending themselves out to that area so that they can get something. Uh oh, this one right here. Let me get out of the way, because this one right here is untaching, and it wants to join these other ones. It's moving. You see the third one over here? This right here, one wants to join the other ones over here. So that's what it's doing. It's moving. It wants to make its way over there to join the rest. From its position way down there at the wall, on top of the wall. Isn't that strange? That's what it wants to do. Let me get myself out of the way. So you can see a boat down there. Try to get my picture out of the way. You can see a boat down here. They're reaching way inside of here is where they're reaching. They're under the rope. They're under the rope net. I hope there was nothing down there that they're eating. See them? I hope they're not feeding on something. I really hope they're not something organic. It's fine if they want to get, like, electricity or some kind of something like that. That's fine, but well, I don't think they got mouths. They don't got a mouth, because that you'd see a big lump going down it. But they do light up. Their tips of them would light up. So there's something is Hydras have a light on them too, to where they could like glow, right? Yeah. So part of me thinks they're like a Hydra-like being, since it's a salt mine and they got a big long tentacle. And then the other part of me thinks that they are they're like the line of UFOs, how they make themselves a big long stringy line and they stretch across NASA's product. Great big old, you know what I'm talking about, like little balls lined up in a row. Part of me thinks that it's also could also be that. Here they go. They're gonna wiggle. They're wiggling. They're gonna wiggle. Part of me think it's also these, and somehow they're in the salt mine, and that's a place where they go when they're not flying around, because they can act as one. That's my other theory, my thought on it. Look at them wiggling, you all. See it? It is really quite fascinating. It's very fascinating. Oh, it makes me want to sneeze. Oh, it does. It's time to decouple. Look at them just twirling around. That's how they break loose. They twirl around and go backwards. That's one. There's two. There should be three, but I don't know what happened to the other one. See, this one's broke loose too. It's automatically broke loose. Okay, this other one curling. See it, like, boo, just like a snake. Now we got one more, but I don't know if this other one's gonna recoil like that. Brenda, honey, you copied a link to your YouTube page. That's wonderful, you all. This is older footage, but I don't think anybody has access to this. I don't. Well, I know this webcam's not up anymore, but I'm sure that this is relevant to what's going on in the world, or we would not have documented it. It plays a role too, whatever this is. And it does. When I look at those, you all, it looks like those things that are lined up. What if they're like individual species like? But they act as one, like a Borg. No, I wouldn't see no Borg lining up like that. They could be getting energy, natural, free energy. I don't know. We just don't know about it. I don't know how long it stays coupled there before it retracts. It's doing something. Could you imagine if you had some great big long tentacle coming like this and you're like inside of there and that big tentacle is just trying to reach you and you trying to get away from it? Uh-oh. Is it recoiling? Okay, it's recoiling. I know it's not in pain. What is it doing? Okay, it's slinging itself. Oh, it's... Look at it, you all. That was wild. That was wild, you all. You know it was wild. That was that was so wild. Really, really wild. This is what they turned it into. When they didn't want us looking at it anymore, this is what we got. Right here. Right there. We no longer could see anything in it. And then they eventually took the whole entire thing off the internet so where we couldn't look at it. You also look at that. You got the 3 of them like that. They're going up there. And then that was that, you all, yeah. That was wild. It was so wild, you all. Look at it. How it's stretched out. Let's watch them, you all. Let's watch them decouple really fast. Okay, there's the 4th one. Okay, the one smaller one already went down. That one right there already started retracting. You try to circle around it. Let's look at that, you all, because it is the wildest. It's the wildest thing. I would say I'd like to be in that salt mine and see what was going on. Eyewitness account, but then what if I didn't want to see what was going on, really? Well, yeah. Do that over there, Gina. Oh, I never thought about that, Joni. Has to be code down there. Space is code. Isn't it space supposed to be code? Now, if here we go. They're doing their twisting. And the Hydra likes the code. I've got 2 theories. A Hydra-like being and or those long UFOs that literally line themselves up all the way. Okay, what are they going to decouple now? Here goes the one. If the one is recoiling, it's going like that. Swelling. 2 remain. See, that in itself is the wildest thing. Okay, that one just now separated. You know, they're intelligent beings, whatever they are. Here goes the coiling. Like a snake. I'm wondering if the alien robots did that too. Oh, Joni, like a parasite. Well, it's pretty massive. It really is. Just making me sleepy. There it goes, you all. It's getting ready to do its thing. Rich the Prophet, honey, good night. Yes, good night. Okay, it's doing it. It's doing it. It's getting ready. No, I don't think it would eat that. They say that's junk food. There comes the coiling. It's like that's the only way it knows how to go backwards. Just flailing itself. Yeah. We was looking at that. I was going to play this during the last video with the volcano. They jumped out of the clouds, but I didn't. I didn't do it because I don't want the Hydra in with the jumping out of the clouds. I don't. But this was one of the exciting places that we visited, and we only got to visit it maybe 3 times before they shut down the access to this particular camera. But it was exciting, and I really would like to know, had more time, information, but we don't have no more information on it. So I am going to go, you all. It's like 11:44 p.m. It really is. And people got to do their meals, fix their turkeys and stuff for tomorrow. My husband's got one in the smoker, and he did it all himself. I did not have to do a thing. And he made sweet potato casserole for tomorrow, and he made a homemade carrot cake and a homemade potato salad. And my daughter put together a corn casserole that I got to put in a pan and bake it tomorrow, and I might make some mashed potatoes myself. So I'm gonna go. I hope y'all have a good day. I do. And yeah, that's right. Love ya too, Wild Fox. You all, I got brown eyes. Can you see my eyes? My eyes, normally you can't see my eyes in here because the thing is not on them, but they are brown, like my dad had. I think my dad had brown eyes. Yeah. So I'm going to go, you all, and thank you all for coming on here. I know it's so late at night. It is. Yeah. So look at them. This is pretty cool. It really is cool. So with that being said, hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, you all. Hope you have a good Thanksgiving day. Hope you have a good day regardless tomorrow, and hope you have a good night's sleep. Love you.